For God's sake, you need to understand that you were put on this planet Earth for a reason, for a purpose, for a mission. And if you are not pushing and striving towards that mission, you are letting not only yourself down, but for the people that love you and put hours in taking care of you, such as your parents, your family members, your loved ones, and God. You are letting yourself down, you're letting your loved ones down, and you are letting God, the Creator, down.
Whoever is watching this right now, direct message to you directly that is watching this video, you need to start taking action. You need to get off scrolling, get off doing just doom scrolling, doing all that BS, and you need to start freaking putting in the damn work. Because the people that believe in you, you're letting them down. You're letting them down every single time you say, it's too hard, I can't do it, I'm lazy, I'm gonna take a day off, I'm gonna take this day off. You're just wasting time, and you're just going down the wrong drain, you're going down the wrong path, and you're completely disregarding the people that believe in you day in and day out.
Listen, you, my friend, you have been blessed with a perfectly functioning mind, a perfectly functioning body. There are millions of people out there in the world who don't even have a perfectly functioning body. And their dream, their number one wish, is just to have the body of yours. And what do you do every day? You jerk off like an idiot every single day. You, my friend, you could have been like Dwayne, The Rock. You could have been like him, my friend. My friend, you have a perfectly functioning mind. There are millions of people out there who are born mentally disabled.
Yes.
And their number one wish in life is to just be like you. Mm-hmm. Even if you're stupid, at least you're not mentally disabled.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You have uncountable blessings. You have uncountable blessings. God, which should be the number one thing in your life, God, has blessed you with the mind to think, has blessed you with the body to do physical movement, has blessed you with arms, legs, and infinite amounts of blessing. What are you doing with the blessings that you have? Ask yourself that.
And let's be honest with ourselves here. If you don't believe in God, you are going to be in pure and utter torments for the rest of your damn life. For God has created you, the whole entire earth that you see, the air that you breathe in. Heck, you don't even know how you're able to urinate. You don't even know how you're able to digest the food that you consume. You don't even know the capability of your mind in which it enables you to think and even witness the video that you are watching right now. You're not even in a single era of comprehension. So how do you think you have the entitlement to not believe in the Lord? For the Lord has created you, and you don't even know and understand how you are able to sense the world that is around you.
You, my friend, clicking on this video, God has chosen you to click on this video and tell you, yo, Tyler, Jeffrey, whoever's watching this video, to get up and start taking action. This is a sign from God. You watching this video, you need to get up and start taking action and do those things that are constantly in your brain. You gotta start moving, man.
And listen, I'm already disappointed in you. My friend, instead of watching this video and jerking off on your couch, you could have gotten up and done something. You could have been working, closing deals. You could have been making money. You could have been at the gym. You could have been spending time with your family. You could have been doing something. But no, like an idiot, you're watching this video.
Yes, I'm sure. We're all sure here that we've watched numerous of motivational speakers, numerous of amounts of David Goggins and all of this and that. But there comes to a point where you need to understand that yes, motivation is a nice little sweet treat, a nice little dessert. But discipline is, I'm sure you heard this like time and time again, it's doing the things that you know you're supposed to get done when you don't feel like doing it, right?
Listen, discipline is you just going in, day out, day in, day out. Discipline is doing the things that you hate, but you doing it with your smile on your face and doing it like you love doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
And a lot of people lack that. They think they need motivational videos. They are here scrolling on Instagram, on TikTok, Their Instagram reels, there's hundreds of Instagram reels that are saved, and they're scrolling. Oh man, you know, maybe I'll set my alarm for 3 a.m. and I'll set my alarm for 5 a.m. and I'll go for a run. That alarm goes off. What are you doing? You hit snooze. You go back to sleep. The little losses, the little setbacks stack up over time, which lead to what? Complete self-destruction. Which is what we're talking about on this podcast. How to avoid complete self-destruction and how to grow. Constant growth. And the path of growth is not going to look like this. It's not going to look like this. It's going to look like this, right? You're going to have setbacks. It's completely normal. It's setbacks and failure is a part of human. But what do you do with this? You hit a failure. You hit a roadblock. You don't just sit sitting back, man, this is too tough. I quit. The easiest thing to do is to quit. The easiest thing to do is to say, you know what? This shit is hard. I quit. I'm done. But what is even harder? What is the hardest thing to do? You know what? I took a failure. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to jot down my notebook. What am I going to do differently next time? What am I going to do differently next time? How am I going to change what I'm going to do next time?
And you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly down to the minute detail what you're supposed to do. Nobody's going to go and hold your hand, your mom, your dad, your mom and your father, they're old. They're waiting for you to go and take the charge. How do you expect yourself to go and take the charge and give back to the ones who cared for you for numerous amounts of years when you're sitting there on your phone, scrolling, spending countless hours? All right, I want to talk about the topic of social media, right? Social media in this common day and age is a killer. Comfort, I need you guys to understand this, and I'm sure you've heard it numerous amounts of times, that the comfort zone is the killer zone. What do I mean by this? You know, there's also another common expression in which is people are addicted to their suffering. What does this mean? You know yourself that when you spend 3-4 hours a day scrolling and putting stuff in your mind with pure and utter garbage, you're not going to be able to think clearly and actually pursue towards your missions, goals, and ambitions and aspirations. You're not. You're just not. And this is what they want you. The big corporate tech billionaires, this is what they want. You know, they want you to be a pure and utter docile slave in which doesn't take action towards their goals. All right? So comfort kills. Remember that. 2 words. Comfort kills. We have 2 sides of our brain. We have the little Jeffrey side, which is thinking to themselves, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, take it easy today and put my feet up and play a couple games. And the drug dealer, he doesn't take his own drugs. No, rather he sells it, right? He sells it. He doesn't take his own stuff. He sells it to the addicts, the pure and utter stupid dumb addicts. You are the addict that's sitting there scrolling. And we're not perfect.
I've been there.
I deleted every single app on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, all that slavery, and I am free. The question is, are you going to be free? Are you going to break free from the chains that has chained you for numerous amounts of years? For you know deep down inside that you have the potential to make a change. In one day, 24 hours, you can make a whole pure and utter flip on your life. All right? Okay. So social media, the comfort zone, kills, my friend. It kills your ambition, kills your potential, kills your testosterone, kills it absolutely everything that you were destined to do on this planet. So listen closely, my friends. Are you going to be that addict that takes his freaking dosage of social media every single day? Or are you going to be that creator which releases content and utilizes it towards his advantage, utilizes it towards good? For everything has good and bad. It's about you and what you decide what to do with your time. Time is a very valuable thing. Please stop wasting it.
Exactly. Have you ever gone to ask yourself, I love how you brought up the topic of social media, because this is something that 99% of the population is completely struggling with, and they just can't stop scrolling, right? You're sitting, I'm just going to give a simple example. You're sitting outside, admiring the nature. You have an AirPod in. You have a vape in your pocket. Oh, dude, you open out your phone, scroll on TikTok. You need dopamine because you can't sit with your
A
mind.
dopamine junkie.
Exactly. You just physically can't sit with your mind and your brain and the thoughts. This brain is the most powerful tool that God has blessed you with. You can't just sit there, admire God's creation, sit down, think, what the hell do I want to do with my life? My dad is out here busting his ass, and I'm still here freaking just scrolling on TikTok, sucking on my little stupid freaking vape. How much of a degenerate do you have to be? Another thing, have you ever asked yourself, why is all social media free? Right? They don't charge you. They don't charge you for TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. It's all free. Why? Because what are you giving them? You're giving them your precious, precious time, your precious energy. And these are the two things that are the main leading factors to what? To success. Energy and time. That is exactly what social media is stripping you of. You keep giving the elites, the Satan worshippers that are out here just keep publishing these new social media apps and all this bullshit to keep you hooked, to keep you limiting from your potential.
A dopamine junkie.
Exactly.
On a genuine note, I don't know. Seriously, looking back, okay, I can't believe I used to be like that too. Now I used to scroll at least a nice good 7 hours a day on TikTok and Instagram. Not that much compared to the average junkie, but I'm just looking back. I can't believe I was actually like that. I'm just looking. That is so stupid. I couldn't even hold a conversation for more than 2 minutes without daydreaming.
Yeah.
I can't. That's the average person. You have to think that's literally the average person.
Because your attention
That's
span
the
is not
average
so short.
stupid idiot watching this video. It's no, on a genuine note,
No.
how much of a damn idiot
No.
you have
If they
to
got that this far into this video, these are the minor individuals that actually have the capability, potential to do something and make a switch. Because the majority already clicked off the damn video.
Yeah,
and if you're still watching till this far, ladies and gentlemen, just know that you are chosen. You are chosen for greatness. You are chosen for greatness. If you're watching this far up until the video, I don't know, for 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, just understand and wholeheartedly know that you are chosen, and you need to love yourself, and you need to understand that you are capable of achieving greatness.
Exactly.
Don't put yourself down.
Listen, okay? If you're watching this video up until now, so obviously you're the minority, which is great. Fantastic. I congratulate you for that, okay? But you haven't done anything, all right? So, first of all, I don't give a damn what time it is right now. I don't care if it's the morning. I don't care if it's 1 a.m. I want you to get up and do something, okay? If it's the start of your day, if it's the morning, if it's the afternoon, go make some money or go hit the gym. If it's the evening, I don't give a damn. Do something. Go do 100 push-ups right now. Do something, okay? Stop talking. Just do.
Enough with the David Goggins. Enough with the motivational videos on you. You know exactly what you need to do. And I love how my brother over here brought up the singular word, energy. As my brother was over here was also saying, you know exactly what you need to do. You need to utilize that energy. We all heard this famous saying, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So you can only transmute it towards good. You could either let it consume you, let it be the enemy of you, or you could hold on firmly with this energy and utilize it towards building a business, getting into the gym and looking at yourself in the mirror and being proud for the sculpture you have created. Going out there, spending quality time with your parents. There's this common phenomenon here in America where, oh, my mom is not cool, my dad is not cool. You literally came out of your father's ballsack. Okay, so you need to understand, you need to show respect to your father and mother who have raised you to be the man that you are today. Okay, for you would be nothing without them.
And to not let them down.
Yes.
Right? Your father is raised you to be a man, to go and be self-dependent, self-sufficient, right? Imagine, you're 20 years old, you're 21, you're freaking fat, you have man titties, you're freaking, for all my men out there, for women it's not a good you, for all the men, they're just just blasting seed oils and estrogen into their damn body, right?
I want you to
And this
put
is something that is just so common nowadays. And what are these elites, these higher powers, what are they targeting mainly in masculinity? You guys know? Testosterone. And why is this? Because testosterone is the singular, I'm gonna call it superpower that will enable you to go out and do hard things. To go out and just maybe lift some heavy ass weight in the gym. Even to the most simple of things. Go outside. Go for a run. Go take a walk. Just go do. It's about the small wins in life that slowly stack up to where you want to be. You know, you're not gonna just climb Mount Everest to freaking take a jetpack and go. No, you gotta climb every single rock. You gotta step on every single pebble. You're gonna fall back a little bit. You're gonna climb back up, and that's the road to success. A bunch of people, they start hitting the gym. You know, let's say if you're watching this, and let's say maybe you're obese, right? Which is fine. We're here to support. We're not fine. We're here to support you, right? You tried hitting the gym for a couple months. You went to the gym for maybe a month, 2 months. You looked at yourself. You know what? This is too freaking hard. You sat your ass back down on the couch like a freaking degenerate, and you start scrolling again. People are expecting results without even putting dedication and consistency. That's almost like disrespectful, right? Take a look at the people that are just have crazy physiques, are rich. Oh, this dude got lucky. No, he didn't get lucky. He busted his ass when nobody was watching. And that's what the drive that you need. You don't need motivation, bro. You don't need motivation. Stop talking about, oh yeah, I'm not motivated. I don't feel like doing it today. I don't feel like doing it. You think these guys that are just, just winning in life, you think they felt like doing it? No.
So let me ask you guys this question. How do you kill a beast? You shave its mane, you lock it up in a cage, you feed it processed garbage, you isolate it, you don't let it speak to other lions, you make it feel like it's inferior, you make it skinny, and you feed it constant gratification. So this is what's happening in our current society today. They are locking up beasts with a key, throwing the key and telling them, no, it's okay. It's okay. Body positivity. If you're 250 pounds, 300 pounds, you're completely fine. Just take this Ozempic. It'll be okay. You know what I mean? It's not okay to, you're going to have inflammatory problems. You're slowly just killing so many problems.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna die wishing that you did something. Even just going to bed at night. Like you need to hit the pillow in the state of where you just sleep in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you work so hard throughout the day, you're not gonna be having all these stupid minor freaking problems with staying up on your phone and no. Yeah. You gotta delete the damn social media, my friend.
Because what is the social media constantly giving you?
Constant.
You guys should know what I mean by this.
Yes, and when you have,
listen, I want you to put it into perspective, okay? Imagine if you have a son, okay? Imagine if you have a son, and 20 years later, now he's 20 years old. You spent the last 20 years of your life providing for him, and he vapes every day, he jerks off every day. He scrolls for about maybe 8 hours. Maybe 7. Maybe just like a little better than average 7 hours a day. Maybe. And he talks to girls and he follows at least like 18,000 models on Instagram. You know what I mean? And he jerks off again like twice a day. You know what I mean? How would you feel? You spent the last 20 years of your life.
You're gay.
You are gay.
You're gay.
You spent the last 20 years of your life raising somebody you expected to be a warrior. And who did he end up becoming?
A gay bastard.
A degenerate, yes.
How would you
feel? Low testosterone bastard.
And that's what you're doing to your own parents. Your own parents have spent, I don't know how old you are. I don't give a damn how old you are. Even if you're 12 years old, your parents spent the last 12 years of your life. What have you done?
Yeah.
Nothing.
If you're 12 years old watching this, man, you're doing something right with your life.
Yeah, if you're 12 years old...
Listen, if you're 12 years old, I don't blame you. You should be at least jacked, okay?
No.
Do at least like 1,000 push-ups a day.
No. Do your push-ups, do your pull-ups. You know.
But
Our
on
target
the
audience
real
is not to
note,
the youngins. Our
but
target
on the
audience-
real
No,
note,
our
if
target
you're-
audience is all
ages,
all men, even women too, even the
yeah,
Jessicas,
even women, yeah, why not?
even the Jessicas.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
on a
We're
serious
here,
note,
guys.
on
We're
a
here to be
serious
helping
note,
you guys out. We're a family.
Yeah, of course. But on a serious note, if you're a young man around the age of 20 years old and you're not rich, you're not jacked, what have you been doing, my friend?
Going back to what my brother was saying over here about what have you been doing for the past 20 years. That is a very bold statement. And yes, you do have some responsibility for what have you been doing, because we are having the power of choice. You decide what to consume, what to be productive with. You know, as humans, we have the power of choice. Choice is a very powerful thing. So, I want to bring up this topic, right, of the system that we live in today. Sometimes, some individuals, they may not have that choice. And probably pretty much of the whole damn populace of the United States of America and global wide. Let me give you a little bit of a history lesson. Let's go back to the late 1800s, early 1900s. I'm sure you learned this in your history classes, the Industrial Revolution. Right? This is an era in American history in which factories were producing, and it was absolutely beautiful. Capitalism was on the boom. You know, everything was phenomenal. Everything was amazing. The American dream. You're able to work, provide for your family, pay for your kids. But there's a dark history. Late 1800s, early 1900s, after slavery was abolished in 1865, the individuals that owned the slaves were absolutely going chaotic. They were going freaking ballistic. I'm sure you read this in your history class that the whole damn South of the United States was in favor of owning slaves. So think about that for a second. Let that in your brain churn, because I'm sure you haven't thought this deeply on the fact that the half of the country that you're living in 150 years ago was in support of having slaves, right? You learned about the Civil War. You learned about how Abraham Lincoln on June 19th, I think it was around 1865, is sometime in December, the Emancipation Proclamation declared that there's no more slaves. The big corporate business owners were going ballistic. How on earth are we going to be automating our production for free anymore? We can't. So what did they come up with the conclusion with? They came up with the conclusion that, hold up, wait a second. Instead of enslaving just one minority of the populace, why don't we enslave the entire damn populace? Fast forward 1880s, 1890s, we have the big Industrial Revolution that you all have studied in your beautiful American history classes. Literal kids, 8 to 12 years old, worked in these factories. You know, they worked 10-hour shifts, breathing in the dirty smoke, turning the gears, helping their parents. But the kids were dying in these factories. They were breaking their arms, breaking their legs, breaking their hips, breathing in the polluted smoke, working 8 to 10-hour shifts and coming back home with their parents. So what did they decide? Let us put these children in schools. At first, these schools were Christian-based. The children learned that the moral ethics and values of Christianity, and they went. And as soon as they turned roughly 15 to 16, they went right smack dab to the factories that they're working with their parents. Right? What does this tell us? Does this look familiar today? This definitely looks familiar today. The person goes, go sit down in your class. No talking. Shut up. Raise your hand when you want to speak. Raise your hand when you want to go to the bathroom. The bell dismisses you, not the whatever. You go eat lunch with your peers, looking like a freaking jail, prison, whatever. The jail is a whole other topic we need to be discussing in another podcast as well. But yes. And then they're treated in this as if they're just like they don't care about you, your thoughts, or personalities. If you want to go do a number 2 in the bathroom, you need to raise your hand. Miss, can I go use the bathroom? And you're about to freaking explode all over the damn chair.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then they go right smack dab to working with their parents in the factories. Today, what do we have? Coming back from the 9 to 5, cracking open a beer, watching Netflix. Oh, my favorite show, let's go. That is freedom. That's freedom right there. That is freedom, my friend. If that's not freedom, I don't know what to say. But you need to understand this, my friend. You need to understand that this is not freedom. Being able to scroll on your phone and watch stupid stuff on your phone and watch freaking hours and hours of TikTok and Instagram and stuffing your brain with garbage is not freedom. Delete the social media. Delete the degeneracy so you could actually be free. For in reality, as my brother here was saying, from the ages from you're born from the womb, when they stuff you with vaccines to the age you're 20 years old, you're indoctrinated to think that you need to shut the hell up, do as you're told, and not question anything. Because if you do, you're labeled as ADHD, you need to medicate you need to deal with this and that. No. He's a little bit too prideful. He's a little bit too narcissistic.
Well, the little kid in his first grade class, he can't sit still. He's a kid. He's a little kid.
No. But remember, they need to make sure he shuts up. So when he gets to 18 years old, he's able to go work.
Exactly. So he cried, right? But no. Your kid can't sit still. Let me call his mother. Tell him maybe he needs, be in a little special class. So, we'll provide him with some toys, some fidget toys. No, the kid is a kid. Yeah. He has imaginations. He has just a bunch of things going on in his brain.
And then as soon as you turn 16, 17, 18, you're suffering with a social media addiction. Absolutely no skills. You don't understand how to defend yourself, how to cope with your mental health, how to defend yourself, and how to articulate with capital and funds. But do you know what you do know? You know the Pythagorean theorem.
Ah, yes.
You know.
Absolutely.
Do you know how to do? You know, y equals mx plus b squared.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
you also know sine, cosine, tangent too. Don't forget that.
Well, I mean, to give credit, you do know ethos, pathos, and logos.
Yeah, bro. You do know ethos, pathos, logos.
Yeah.
You do know
surely that'll help you be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I
used it the other day.
I used it. I actually closed this deal for about $10,000 by giving information on how to do ethos, pathos, logos.
Yeah. And then I also was able to find the volume and circumference of a damn cone. Right? It was very, very useful.
So it helped me make about $100,000 a day.
Yeah.
To help me find the goddamn Pythagorean theorem of a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, and you as a man, usually the majority of our audience is going to be men, right? The girls, they don't really question anything in school. They just do as they're told. Be polite, be okay, be kind. Don't talk without raising your hand. Yeah. But we also have that man filled with freaking testosterone. Testosterone. Surging.
You gotta move.
So you tell him to shut up, freaking close his legs like this, so his balls are about to freaking explode. Yeah. And you tell him to
Yeah. For women, I get it. Women who have rage get testosterone like a man.
Yeah.
The man, they're sitting in their freaking class.
So you need to understand, if you were to we're about to wrap up the podcast. We're giving you too much value in one podcast.
I think we need a gatekeeper.
Okay.
We need to be superior.
Yeah, but this is the first. No. This is where. Yeah, whatever. Well, this is the first podcast. All right. If you were to take one thing away from this podcast at the first beginning podcast, one thing away from this podcast, comfort zone kills.